Now, maybe New York thinks that Bitcoin is going away. It's their purview to do that, but it is not creating jobs, it is not attracting capital, and certainly policymakers there need to do a little more work on understanding what Bitcoin mining can be for them. But right now, it's uninvestable. Imagine saying that about a state, uninvestable.
Hello and welcome to Smart Tech Ideas. In today's video, Kevin O'Leary, also known as Mr. Wonderful, who is a Shark Tank investor and the chairman of O Investment Shares, his thoughts on Terra's collapse as a Bear Stearns moment for crypto, why we need more regulation for stablecoins, and why would a proof-of-work ban on Bitcoin make New York State uninvestable. Make sure to stick around till the end of this video, where Senator Cory Booker also updates about the Terra Luna collapse and the state of U.S. regulation. If you like the video, don't forget to give it a thumbs up, subscribe to the channel, and turn on the post notifications. So without wasting any time, let's dive right into the video.
I don't think it's the Bear Stearns moment for the industry, and let me explain why. There's a lot of experiments going on in the crypto market now, and Luna is an experiment. An idea that you can use an algorithm to somehow support a stablecoin has proven to be a falsehood, and that's okay. That doesn't change the basic concept of what a stablecoin can be. I, as a user of stablecoins, would prefer one that is really denominated by the US dollar, and the policy that's been put forward, or at least proposed policy from the Haggerty bill and the Toomey bill, very simple. They're saying, look, let's audit this every 30 days and let's make sure that the underlying asset supporting the token or coin has a duration of less than 12 months. That makes a lot of sense to me. So I think they should put that policy in place, pass it, and let lots of stablecoins compete under that regulatory environment.
New York should steer away from the proposed proof-of-work ban, famous TV personality Kevin O'Leary said. Such a move only serves to spook pro-crypto investors and their capital away from the state. The New York State Assembly passed a 2-year moratorium bill banning carbon utilizing proof-of-work mining facilities a month ago. The bill, which is now pending Senate approval, was highly welcomed by environmentalists championing carbon emissions reduction. O'Leary, on the other hand, thinks the move would make New York uninvestable, along with California and Massachusetts. The three, in his opinion, are rife with poor management and harsh policies towards crypto businesses.
Now, if you wish to invest in something that's algorithmic, that's okay. That's like going to Las Vegas. And I don't have a problem with that. But to say that something blows up that's just a speculation, well, when you put all your money on black in Las Vegas and it's red, you lose it all. That's okay. It's a form of entertainment in my view. There's no problem with what happened there, but it is not the future of what the payment system of stablecoin can be. We do need regulation in my view, on a stablecoin backed by the US dollar, and I'll tell you why. If you are compliant within the financial services industry, as I have to be, because this is not my only investment, I'm involved in many regulated different financial services. My own compliance department doesn't know what a stablecoin is yet. My auditors don't know what a stablecoin is yet because there's no policy to focus on. There's no regulatory environment. There's no regulatory infrastructure. It's not going to make a difference to the industry.
O'Leary also said that the pushback against the crypto business is a big mistake. The Big Apple, he says, is failing to take advantage of its abundant hydroelectric power supply. Most miners would prefer to use renewable energy over carbon fuels. The Shark Tank millionaire investor also said the state could reap many benefits from the crypto business, such as taxes. They can get a lot of taxes and good jobs out of this, and all they have done is to scare the capital away.
Because Bitcoin mining will go on, but it's really bad for New York. I mean, New York has an abundance of hydroelectricity, which most miners would prefer to use than carbon burning power. They could get lots of tax dollars and good jobs out of this, and all they've done is scared capital away. I had a project that we were going to do in New York, and we moved it to Norway. And so it's a very successful, completely zero carbon emission data center. New York could have got it, but instead we took that capital and moved it to where the environment's far more friendly for business. New York is in a state of confusion, I think. People don't understand the opportunity here. But look, it's their state. They can do what they wish. But there's a reason real estate prices have gone up in Miami. It's all the people leaving New York. California, New York, and Massachusetts are examples of poorly managed states. And I don't want to pull any punches on it. I would not invest there. I would invest in places like Texas and Florida, Norway, Switzerland, United Arab Emirates, that have stable policy around digital currencies.
As an example, O'Leary noted his personal experience, saying he had shifted his investments from New York to Norway. California and Massachusetts are also blacklisted in his investment book. Instead, the entrepreneur said he would place his capital in Texas and Florida. The two, he opines, have set crypto-friendly policies knowing digital assets won't go away. Texas, for instance, has welcomed miners to utilize its cheap and abundant energy. Now and then, crypto firms receive warnings to go green or go home. While the changes received support, miners have also reminded the public of proof of work in considerable energy use. The Bitcoin Mining Council said late last year that the cryptocurrency also consumes just 0.12% of global energy. These arguments, therefore, raise the question, will proof of work mining, such as Bitcoin mining, ever have the right amount of energy consumption even at less than 1%? Additionally, is energy scarcity just a false narrative spread by anti-crypto characters?
I mean, Terra Luna, obviously, there was an innovation there, it was trying something new. This is a whole new expansive world, and you're going to see people trying different things. I know they're going back to the drawing board to try to figure out a way to make this work, but I think this is it's a whole new frontier, and you're going to see, I think, a lot of really interesting opportunities continue to expand in this space, and you're going to see more and more people wanting to participate. Well, look, I mean, the word regulation is not a neutral word. I want regulation in, industries that protect my food, that are going to help keep us safe. I don't want there to be regulation. When I was mayor, some of the environmental standards were not really achieving what people wanted to, and it was creating more difficult to do projects. So we have to be very clear here. There needs to be rules to this game that make it more predictable, transparent, with the needed consumer protections. That's very important. What we don't want to do is choke a new industry and innovation out so that we lose out on opportunities, or what I'm seeing right now, a lot of these opportunities just move offshore and we're missing the economic growth and job creation that's a part of it. So this is a really important space that we get the regulation right that can actually be helpful to the industry and protecting consumers.
Several senators and regulators also spoke on the sidelines of the DC Blockchain Summit this week that the spillover effects are contained. Crypto investors shouldn't freak out. U.S. regulation is the key to success for cryptocurrencies, and crucially, the crypto asset class isn't going anywhere. There need to be rules to this game that make it more predictable, transparent, where there are the needed consumer protections, said Senator Cory Booker. What we don't want to do is choke a new industry and innovation out so that we lose out on opportunities. Or what I'm seeing right now, a lot of these opportunities just move offshore, and we're missing the economic growth and job creation that's a part of it. So this is a really important space if we get the regulation right that can actually be helpful to the industry and protecting consumers, continued Booker.
Well, look, I want there to be the right regulation. I don't think the SEC is the place to regulate a lot of this industry. Clearly, Ethereum and Bitcoin, which are the majority of the cryptocurrencies, are more commodity-like. That's why, as a guy who's on the Ag Committee, I think that it should be the CFTC. What I'm excited about is the potential disintermediation of these massive institutions that often are doing us a disservice. You look at places like where I live in Newark, New Jersey, a low-income Black and brown community that has been exploited in so many ways by these big institutions, whether it's transaction fees or redlining or exclusion of loan and business opportunities. We've tried to create rules of the road like CRA, Consumer Reinvestment Act, and more, but the reality is we are still having systems, financial institutions that are not serving people that are often marginalized or left out of the system. Now, crypto's interesting. You've got 25%, literally a quarter of all African Americans in America are involved in this space. I'm hoping it doesn't just become about politicians chasing money, because that's what's making this town, in my opinion, more corrupt and I mean, God, things like Citizens United and others have had ungodly amounts of money pouring in here. I hope this stays what I want it to be, which is a space where you see Republicans and Democrats, sort of like the Figueroa LaGuardia said, there's no Republican or Democratic way to fix a pothole. This is technology, this is innovation, this is opportunity, there should be a lot of common ground. There's all of these spaces where we have so politicized at this point, it's ripping us apart. I'm hoping technology, I'm hoping innovation, I'm hoping Web 3.0 can maybe be something that can help us to remember that we have more in common than divides us.
So, do you think Bitcoin will see more support from the government? Tell us in the comments. Also, don't forget to like and subscribe. See you soon with the next video. Thank you so much for watching.